Hello, welcome once again to another Travel Risk Management Health, Safety and Security Advisory Tip. My name's Tony Ridley, Editor-in-Chief at TravelRiskManagementSolutions.com. When it comes to travel health, safety and security or policies and procedures, organisations significantly vary in this regard. Remembering that the policy is an overarching guideline, a structure or a destination, and the procedure is the route to achieve said outcomes. Too many travel policies are war and peace. They're large voluminous documents with thousands of words and hundreds of pages, and very few individuals either understand them, read them, or have access to them. The policy and the procedures are two distinct elements, and individuals and organisations should be able to succinctly communicate their objectives through their policies, whether it be the reduction of risk, whether it be the containment of cost, whether it be the improved productivity and market share growth. All those sorts of things should be contained in policies pertaining to those particular topics or subtopics, and then the procedures in which to implement them. And increasingly, the procedurals can be in the form of multimedia. They could be audio briefs, they could be video training, they could be induction video templates, online Q&As. There's a variety of processes to inform individuals and ensure policy compliance and consistencies, both as an induction but also for a traveller to a particular destination, because too many organisations overlook or think that their policies and procedures are that compelling that people are reading their documentation on a regular basis, when simply they're not. Particularly long-term employees, they may only be reading amendments, or the managers may be periodically reviewing things. So parts, if not all, of those aspects need to be communicated to travellers. They may be first-time travellers within the organisation. They may have been with the organisation for many years, but this is the first time they've travelled or travelled to a particular destination. So much of the heartache and certainly the addressing of threats and hazards as it relates to the individual or the destination can be mitigated by simply having an improved process of communication, or a succinct bullet point process to communicate specific points of interest or elements as they relate to the individual, whether it be their entitlements when it comes to taxis, the claiming of meals. All those sorts of things can be bundled in what has traditionally been left to the priority communication of things related to health, safety and security. They can be one and the same, certainly when it comes to compliance. This can aid in the efficiency and productivity of organisations. There's less consternation and deliberation over, can I claim for this and how do these entitlements work? And over time it raises the awareness and information and certainly the access for travellers and companies alike. But the policy and procedure itself, as it addresses health, safety and security, should be separate documentation. So do not try and shoehorn travel safety or travel security into the same entitlement document for policies and procedures on what value of hotel you can book, dependent on the level and class of status within the organisation. It's simply not possible, it's dangerous and it's wrong. So make sure that each area has its respective policy, make sure the procedures are commensurate with the information process to get to the destination, being the final outcome dictated in the policy, and make sure that individuals are frequently exposed to the contents. Again, too many organisations think it just needs to be an avatar Hollywood production, and therefore go any type of multimedia communication, and that absence alone can further compound the problem for individuals. It could be inclusive of educational tips or trivia. It could be made in a fun, communicative way, depending on the organisation. But policy and procedure itself needs to be far more encompassing than most organisations have. Things like delays, disruptions, alternate routes, change management, all of these sorts of things are often excluded within the travel process. The assumptions are made somewhere else in the organisation, and 9 times out of 10 when it comes to emergency and crisis scenarios involving travellers or travel in general, it's as a result of not having access or education on these very simple and basic elements as it relates to the whole of journey risk management process. So once again, thanks very much for joining us for another Travel Risk Management Health, Safety and Security Advisory Tip. For more information and videos on this subject, please visit the website at www.travelriskmanagementsolutions.com. Thanks very much, and that's all for now. Goodbye.